Hi guys, you're gonna learn in this video how I went from a little girl who had a strong mother that really wanted things for her little girl and what I ended up becoming, a fashionista, and then to what my journey is now, a successful online entrepreneur. But in that journey, there was trauma and drama as you could never imagine. So stay tuned while I share this with you. It's almost like this song. And if any of you guys know this song, you know what happened. It was very tragic. However, my story is very successful. So now, how does my story begin? Well, my mother had nervous breakdowns, and I really didn't realize it until later. So that's kind of what happened and what made me a strong woman and how I am today. So let me show you this story, because what happened was, it wasn't until I was 12 years old that my mother had a nervous breakdown on the way back from Oklahoma. And she had a nervous breakdown. She was in the car. She wanted to get out of the car when my father was driving. And that was the first time I really saw her like that. You know, she was very vulnerable and weak. And all I knew was I was a little girl who loved my mother. She was normal in all respects and a very strong woman. She wanted me to be a fashion designer, or actually an artist, because she was an artist. That's where I get all my talent from. And she helped me to pursue that. She encouraged me to do that. So that's what I grew up to be, with her coaxing. My father did not want me to be that. He wanted me to be a nurse or a doctor or something like that. But I had this fashion bug in me, and I had talent in me that, like I said, my mother instilled in me because she was an artist. So, but when I was little, when she had this nervous breakdown, I'm the one that had to take care of my brother and sister. My brother is 2 years younger than I am, and my sister, my baby sister, is 8 years younger than I am. But here I am, 12 years old, having to take care of them when they were little. So when we drove back to California, my mother had to be put in a mental institution. So I had to take care of the household. Even though my father had to go to work, we did go to a place where they kept us as children. And just think of it, I had to really be the woman of the house at that young age. But I took on my job, rolled up my sleeves, did what I had to do, and the family survived. So that's really my traumatic story, but it really helped me to get my creative juices going. So now what I became was a fashion designer. Like I said, my mother got well. She had nervous breakdowns in the interim, in between that period when I was 12 years old all the way up till I was adulthood. But she was so strong. She always did what she had to do as a mom to take care of us. So in between those times, I never knew what was wrong with her. And she was just the normal mom. Like any little girl loves their mother. I love my mother. She was no different. And like I said, it wasn't until I was 12 years old that when she had this nervous breakdown, I knew something was wrong. But my grandmother and my dad, had to work. We did stay with my grandmother too, but they had a family restaurant that they had. And I used to work there to get my tips and make money to help my dad out while my mother was going through this traumatic time in her life. But nevertheless, I had a normal life as a child, a normal childhood. They took us places. We went to the county fairs, we went to circuses, and the one thing that I really loved was going to cultural things. My mother taught me about dance, modern dance, ballet, violin. I used to play the violin, and I'm thinking of taking lessons again because I love the violin. So in that way, I have a creative vein. But then there's something that stops me from doing things like all this techie stuff that just drives me insane. So that's something I don't know where that's coming from in my childhood, that I can't move forward with certain things in life. But the one thing that the Superwoman group and this Inner Power Intensive group has done was draw out different strengths and powers that I did not know that I had. So I know that I'm talented. I know that I'm creative because for 30 some odd years, I was a fashion designer in the industry. But now I found this online business, and that's how I make money now. And my goal is to retire my husband because he's been working for over 37 years at one company, which is rare. And just recently he got laid off. So I have a bigger why. It's the why to make this, to not retire my husband now because he's not working anymore. But it is so that we can both do this business together and be successful, as we've seen other people in the industry, in this online internet business become. So I don't know. That's my story. I don't know if it's as dramatic as other people's, but to have a mother who you look up to and who's strong-willed and very talented, and she made a lot of sense. She wasn't always crazy, but she gave me the strength and the fortitude to become the woman that I am today. So that's my story. I don't know. All I need for you to do is, if you relate with this story, if you've had something traumatic happen in your life and you are trying to find your inner strength and your inner power to become the person that you want to be, click the link below wherever it is. I'd love to get you into the next Inner Power Intensive boot camp that we have. And it's run by Layla Black, who is the founder of this. And she's also the founder of the Superwoman group that we have, which is an online community. Like I said, I'd love for you to join me and love for you to join our community so that we can draw out these strengths in you. All right, so just click that link wherever it is, up there, over there, and I would love for you to join us, and I'd love to meet you. All right, bye.